What's up, YouTube? This is Arceus462, and this is basically pitting three of the best cards in TCG, OCG, basically for negating effects. And this is the one that people are either the most familiar with, or soon will be the most familiar with. Our first contender is Fiendish Chain, a continuous trap card that is basically an effect veiler and a shadow spell in the same thing. And then the next up we have Effect Veiler, and basically negates your opponent's monster's effects and sets up for chaos plays, and that I mentioned a level 1 tuner. And then the newest contestant, Breakthrough Skill. And it's basically 2 effect veilers in 1 card. Now, which one is the best? Is it Fiendish Chain? Well, let's talk about the positives. It stops OTKs, or at least helps. It negates effects, of course. And also, it also is very effective against things like Undine or things that basically don't go off a cost. Not Undine, but anything that isn't Lantean Mermail, it's awesome against. But here's the downside. It could be destroyed easily with back row hate cards like MST, Heavy Storm, Night Beam, Grand Convergence for those of you macro players that haven't heard of the damn card in a while. And quite honestly, if you run Royal Decree, then your opponent is screwed, because not only is your monster now free of this chain, but now you know for a fact that now they don't main Veilers if they're running chain, unless they have some weird annoying lockdown deck that you just obviously hate with your greatest content. Now let's go with Effect Veiler. Here's the upside. It's a tuner, it's level 1, it sets up for chaos plays, and that I mentioned spellcaster for those of you prophecy players, and is also a target for Limit Reverse, which is a continuous trap card that's basically a Call of the Haunted for monsters with 1,000 or less attack. Although if the monster switches to defense position, it's destroyed. Now here's the downside. Macrocosmos kills this card. D-Fissure kills this card. It can only be activated during your opponent's main phase. Note, at the very first sentence, semicolon, during your opponent's main phase. So if it's their battle phase, you cannot do anything about it. None whatsoever. Oh, and per se, well, I mean, this is a good one against the other two as well, but Prohibition, which would stop this card. Oh, and did I mention Herald of Orange Light can negate this card? And note that this effect only lasts till the end phase. So you get one turn to stop your opponent, and if you don't kill him within your turn, you're basically effed, in a sense. Now let's go with the newest contender, Breakthrough Skill. The upsides, it can be activated twice, once in the field and once in the graveyard, by banishing it. And although they last till the end phase, it still negates effects. The downside is that, of course, Royal Decree, Macrocosmos is a big issue with that. And basically anything that removes this card from the graveyard before it can go off. And also the fact that that all of these cards target. If your opponent controls a monster that you cannot target, you cannot do anything about it. Which the Haze Beasts are very famous for doing, which I get this weird feeling that they're going to get very popular just because of that. Because you can't Valor it, you can't chain it, you can't breakthrough skill it, nothing. The only thing you could do is skill drain. But even then, you could just run Royal Decree and then you win, in a sense. I guess another up to this card, I forgot to mention it, is that you can run this in Light Sworns. Like, if you mill it by accident, oh, okay, I can still activate it in the graveyard. But then again, if your opponent has Macrocosmos, you're basically effed. So, a continuous trap, a normal trap, and a monster. They all do the same thing, except one stops attacks, one is during your opponent's main phase and only lasts till the end phase. One is during any phase, but the same thing, it only lasts till the end phase. And also another downside is you cannot activate breakthrough skill the turn you activated it. Well, what I mean by that is that you can't set it, your opponent's turn activate it, and then activate it again shortly afterwards, because otherwise that would be too broke. But other than that, which one do you think is better? Effect Valor, breakthrough skill, or Fiendish Chain? You can decide that for yourselves in the comments below. Also, I'll be doing some more duel videos and possibly some more deck profiles once I perfect these decks, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.